Yeah, I mean, the thing is that I grew up with women like this that are in the film, and I wanted to do a film about them because, I mean, we've seen gangsters a lot in films. I mean, it's a cliche. I mean, we've seen it so much that it gets boring. They have to be, you know. And this is not something that I just, you know, came up with. I made a lot of interviews before the film, before we wrote the script, to sort of to try to understand what it's like, you know, because there is a cliche where you have the wife or the girlfriend of a gangster who doesn't know what he's doing and is shocked, you know. But the truth is that most women who live in that world knows exactly what goes on, and they participate. They actually are part of the planning, and they are, of course, there is no feminist movement in the criminal world. I mean, there is no equality plan. So these women, if they want to have control, if they want to be part of planning things, they have to stay in the background. So for me, it was very fascinating to follow a woman who actually have lived with someone for so long, and she have probably given him advice, you know, because her husband Tommy, who's a ruthless and dangerous gangster, I mean, he was probably not the kind of person that uses his intellect. I mean, he is pure force, you know, but because she is intelligent, she have managed to actually, them together have been like a king and a queen, you know. Yeah, the thing was that the DOP, Carl Nilsson, who I collaborate a lot with, I shot the Lykke Li videos with him and so on. We had a discussion before we were going to shoot Tommy, where he wanted to shoot digitally because it's more convenient, it's easier, and the results these days are very good. So I just, you know, me and my producer said, you know, we have to do a camera test. We have to just see what we are choosing here. So we actually did a very extensive test where we shot Estelle, I mean Moa Gammel, who plays her. We shot her in, you know, both exteriors and interiors with her to see, just camera to camera. And the result was just, you know, unfortunately, because I'm the first one who would love that digital would work better than film, but it doesn't. And the DOP, I mean, Carl said right away when we saw the result, it was just like, okay, let's shoot on 35. Yes, Scandinavian film right now has a renaissance, and it has to do with a lot of things. You know, it started basically when Bergman died, because before that, everybody was in the shadow of Ingmar Bergman. It was, you know, just too big to even, and I love Bergman. I mean, a lot of my generation don't like him because he was so big, but I love him. I thought he was great. But that was one of the reasons. And the second reason was that the new generation of filmmakers didn't come from the theater. A lot of the old directors came from that direction. And that basically made the film workers better. So that was an important step. Basically, we are, you know, around 10 million people. And 15 years ago, 10 years ago, people would say, oh, it's good for being a Swedish film. It's good for being, you know, it's sort of a, you know, you use this sort of prefix of saying, yeah, well, Sweden, yeah, we can't really, I mean, we can't compare ourselves to other countries. It's, you know, but then it came this ambition where it started to become like, no, fuck, no, forget it. You know, you need to be, you know, you have to have a self-confidence to say, I'm making a film, it's going to be seen all over the world. I love the enthusiasm of these festivals, because like when Cannes and Venice and all these festivals are so, it's not personal in the same way. Here you have film enthusiasts and you have people that really love this kind of films. And when I saw Under the Skin here yesterday with the audience, it's beautiful. The audience is half of the enjoyment here. So that's it's great to be here.